Okay, the 5 most important things when you select a new employee benefit consultant or broker. Again, I'm going to assume that you've done all the basics, right? You have interviewed them, you have checked references, you have verified they're a fit for your organization. So what else must we worry about? Counting down 5 to 1, the most underrated things, and I think the most important things. 5, the entity ownership, right? Are we talking about something that is either private equity or Wall Street owned, where their number one impetus is going to be to maximize their profit as fast as possible? That is very likely not going to align with what you want to do, which is to provide quality benefits at the lowest possible price. Number 4, are they a large group or a small group entity, or is the consultant you're talking to a large group or small group player? In California, that threshold is at 100 employees, and all the other states, it cuts off at 50 employees. They're entirely different beasts. You need different software, different carrier reps. It's much more of a repetitive motion thing in the small group market. The larger the client, the more customization, the more time you can spend with each client, the different skill set of the working staff. So if you're a large group, if you're more than 100 employees, you want a large group consultant. If you're a small group, you want a small group consultant. Kind of simple. It's really hard for one particular broker or consultant to do both. It's also not so easy for an agency to do both unless they actually set up separate departments to do it. Number 3, your broker's pay, their broker compensation. By this, what I simply mean is the percentage of commission they get year 1 versus year 2. Private equity and Wall Street and bank-owned entities have very much changed the industry such that you now typically see that a consultant is paid half of what they're paid in the first year. So very typically you'll see an insurance consultant gets 40% of all the commission generated from your account in year 1, and then that drops all the way down to 25 or 20% in year 2. Once you tell a consultant who should be the top of the food chain, the most capable person on your consulting team, once you tell that person, we're going to pay you less than 30% for renewals, what you're effectively doing is incentivizing that agent to go out and find a new client, not spend a whole lot of time with existing clients. So you want to understand the compensation structure for that consultant. That's number 3. Number 2, you want to know how many accounts each account executive within the consultancy manages. We keep ours to 8 or less because we only work on large groups. That's very different. I've interviewed folks who say they represent as many as 75, 100, 150 clients, which it can be done in the small group world, not going to be done well in the large group world. So you want to know that after the broker, who's the consultant, after their pay, how many accounts does the top staff person oversee? You want that number to be as low as possible. Last, and I think the most important thing, you want to understand just the basics of how that account executive is paid. Are they paid just a flat salary? Again, that's probably good enough for some folks, but what you really want to see is you want to see that account executive incentivized with a commission structure, with bonus structure and commission structure. You want to see that it's been set up such that if your account goes away, their salary doesn't stay the same. You want them to feel it in their pocketbook if that account doesn't go away. We work super hard to do that with every one of our positions where there's some commission tie-in to every level in the organization. So if we gain a client, everybody wins. If we lose a client, everybody loses. Have a great day.